Okay, the clock is running.
Okay, good morning. Okay, it looks like our, oh, I can't see that. Looks like our first train is an extra 34 East out of Oakhurst. And let me spotlight that.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 34 East is departing Camp 4.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, here we have Camp 4 on the Oakhurst Railroad. A logging camp going up to, see, we get a shot here and we can see what we're doing. Hope everybody's being safe and healthy. You know, in these troubled times, we still have our hobbies, thank goodness. I'll shut my door. I got some background noise here. And our next train departing soon will be the extra 36 East Reefer, a refrigerator train coming out of Colton. And the extra 38 East extra freight coming out of the AEWRR.
And we have train number 7 departing at 10:03.
Okay, yes, yeah. Train number 7, first class coming out of AEWRR. Okay, here's our first train. Ah, my friend Chris. Hey everybody, Christopher Simmons is a friend of mine from Maryland. Historian and reenactor, and he loves trains. Okay, so here is our logging train again. We have the crane. Okay, Alexander G is one of my students. Okay, welcome everybody, my friends Chris, and looks like Alexander's coming in. We have several trains departing out of the Oakhurst layout, the logging camp, and we have a few more coming.
AEWRR dispatch.
By the way, those of you who are new, it's okay not to show your faces. If you're a little bashful, it's okay. And we appreciate you being on mute for now. We've got several trains departing from several layouts.
AEWRR dispatch.
I don't see Ron's layout.
And his videos aren't working.
Okay. Okay, here's the Colton. Looks like the reefers are getting ready to leave.
AEWRR dispatch.
Here's the Colton again.
Screw it. We leave here from here, right?
Yes,
I get to Indian Wells.
yes.
Where am I gonna go when I'm in Indian Wells? There's no room.
Well, Nickwood, take that train off. Just take that train off and we'll use it to come back. So just take that train, I'll take it off.
No, leave it alone, leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Just set it all up. I spent the last hour fixing it.
AEWR dispatch.
Go ahead, dispatch.
What's the disposition of train number 7 and train number 20?
10:07 is departing Wickenburg, correct?
Indian Wells.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Number 7 is departing.
Who's Lionel? You're departing Indian Wells right now? AEWRR to dispatch. Train number 7 is departing Indian Wells. Dispatch, AEWRR to dispatch. AEWRR to dispatch.
Dispatch.
Train number 20 is departing Wickenburg.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, here we have a view of Oakhurst. It's a GE Gas Electric. Doing switching on that horseshoe.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AEWR dispatch.
Extra 36 East, what's the status?
There is no status on it yet.
Here is our extra 38 East reefer, I think preparing to soon to leave on the Colton. Those are refrigerator cars. This is Bruce Willis here. I just want to welcome some of my students. Please stay muted. And you can stay as long as you want. I really appreciate you coming to see this amazing hobby in action. Be assured when the health situation is better, we're going to be opening up our train club for the public at various days throughout the year. Yeah, you'll notice Ira there has a very specialized screwdriver to do maintenance on this train.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Refrigerator train, extra 34 East, ready to depart Aventura for the A to D track.
Okay, that's 38 East.
38 East, the reefer train.
And here's the reefer train for many years, and even today, refrigerate for almost over 100 years, reefer trains, or refrigerator trains, I should say, in English.
Wait. Oh,
Always been very important carrying refrigerated goods across the country.
Dispatch,
Produce, meat.
dispatch, this is Colton. Do I have permission to depart?
Yes, permission granted.
Thank you.
As in real life, locomotive engineers, and the conductors, they need to ask permission from the yards to leave. They just can't take off.
WRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch,
Train number 7 has arrived at Hog Haven.
dispatch copy.
Most of these layouts you're seeing are throughout the Los Angeles area. It's a lot of work, a lot of sweat, and a lot of blood, and a lot of love put into these layouts. This is the Colton, this is N-Gauge, the Colton Railroad. Okay, we have another train leaving from the AEWRR, which
Jim, are you updating the highlight on the spreadsheet?
It should be. Did you see it?
No.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch,
Extra X36 East, the reefer train has arrived at the A to D track.
dispatch copy.
Dispatch, AEWRR. Train extra departing basic routing.
here's another shot of the Colton.
AWR dispatch, say again.
These layouts are either in garages, homes, dens, bedrooms, living rooms, wherever we can put them, and wherever we can negotiate with our family members, which is always very important.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch,
Extra 34 East has arrived at Camp 3.
dispatch copy.
Here is the extra 34 East. You've got a tank car, a flat car, and a box car, probably coming down. This is from the Yosemite area. Coming down for supplies, probably to bring back up to the camps. This is an outdoor G-scale layout, and this is indoor.
AWR dispatch,
AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch,
Train number 20 is departing.
Robert Station,
Mile High City.
All right, we got Dr. Robert Myrtle with us, a true hero in my eyes.
Somebody's not sober.
AWR dispatch,
Go ahead, dispatch. Go ahead, dispatch.
extra 36 East reefer train is at Mesa Grande.
I've already departed.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch,
Extra 34 East is departing Camp number 3.
dispatch copy.
Okay, here is the HO version of that outdoor layout. It's bi-level. This is the Oakhurst Railroad from the Yosemite area. It's a logging railroad from the 1920s and 30s. Right below there on the right, you can see the town of Oakhurst, which is a real town in Central California, near Yosemite. Here is the Oakhurst leaving Camp 4, and it's going into a tunnel. It's going to go down a winding, it's actually hidden, but it's a helix of several winds. It winds down to the bottom level. You can see a house being built there, a yard shack, a water tower. Okay, everybody, knock, knock. Okay, no one wants to say it, but I'll say who's there. Levine. Levine on the steam train. Okay, we're gonna see the extra, the 34 East coming out of this tunnel. This is the
AEWRR to this there.
AEWR dispatch.
36 east. Extra 36 departing is departing Robert Station.
Dispatch copy.
what you're looking at here is a sawmill. This is the Merced River from Central California. You can see the logs in the pond. They go up to the mill and they get turned into lumber. This down here is the town of Deadwood with a mining operation. We're going to see the train come out of the tunnel here.
AEWR dispatch.
Go ahead, dispatch.
You had extra 38 east. Is that ready?
I've got 36 east.
Do you have a 38 east ready or not?
Okay. For some reason, I'm having trouble here. A little bit.
Here comes the 38-4 East. Over that hand-built bridge. Remember, everything you see here was built and constructed by our members or other hobbyists. And most of everything you see was built. You're going to see it's going to wind down to the, I think we got a Shay there, called the Shay type of locomotive, used for logging. It had extra traction. It's slowly making its way down. terminate in Indian Wells. If you see the spreadsheet on the left, these are the different trains, their departure times. And these boxes you see here, these are the names of the different layouts. Well, you can see we have 7 different layouts today. 6. And we're trying to simulate them going from one to another. Okay, let's see what's going on the Colton.
Lionel, have you passed?
Okay, make sure you take all your stuff there. Okay, the 34 East is now coming into Indian Wells, probably for a well-deserved rest.
I just saw the box car.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 34 East has arrived in Oakhurst.
Dispatch.
What everyone's looking at, this is Oakhurst. Again, this is a real town near Yosemite, California. Used to be a logging railroad there. Nice, very, very beautiful place to go, by the way. And it has snow right now, actually. But you can see the town right here, and even the electrical wires. It adds to the realism of this and the scenery. Of course, this is a yard, and in the corner there's a roundhouse. Hi, Ricky. You remember this layout, right? Yeah, it's Marty's. Here's the yard at Colton. This is the Pacific Harbor line. They're just waiting. There's another refrigerator train, reefers. This, of course, BNSF, Burlington Northern and Santa Fe.
AEWRR did this.
Train number
Okay, you're stepping on each other.
Well, everyone, when a train
Train is going to OS. Everyone else needs to shut down for a moment.
are to dispatch train
AEWRR to dispatch
station.
has arrived at Roberts Station.
So the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, one of the two biggest railways, or one of the three biggest railroads in the country. You will see a lot of these throughout Orange County and Los Angeles and Southern California. Very common sight. And we'll go back to that later when it departs. And here's another view of the Pacific Harbor layout. It's loosely based on our own San Pedro and Los Angeles Harbor.
AEWR dispatch.
Dispatch.
Train number 20.
Train number 20 has arrived at Hog Haven.
Dispatch copy.
WR.
AEWRR dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
Train number 20 is
Train
departing.
number 20 is departing Hog Haven.
Dispatch copy.
Train number 20. Right now we don't have a video of it, but we can hear it at least.
AEWRR.
AEWRR to dispatch.
Dispatch.
Train number 7.
Train number 7,
Robert.
Lee departing Robert Station.
Dispatch copy.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 34 East is departing Oakhurst.
Dispatch copy.
Hog Haven.
AEWRR.
AEWRR to dispatch.
Dispatch copy.
Train number
We-
extra
Train
36.
number extra 36 East is departing Hog Haven.
Dispatch copy.
Okay. We're seeing 34 East leaving Oakhurst now. Looks like it's bringing back supplies to the logging camps. They've filled back up with what they need, for food, water, tools, maybe oil, kerosene, benzene, beer, synthol. I'm sorry, synthale.
What was that last thing?
Synthale, that's a really bad geek comment from Star Trek. It's the
Oh,
alcohol without alcohol.
ah,
Well, it would be good for loggers because it's something to drink, give them a little buzz, but it won't make them drunk. Be less work accidents. You know, no buzzsaw accidents or steam donkey accidents.
You have a computer at home, don't you?
Those of you that are wondering why we have all these trains sitting still, this is real railroads. Trains have to wait for their orders, and they have to wait for their turn. Because if not, we would have lots of accidents. Some very busy railroads, and nothing would get to where it's going.
Bruce, what's in the background of your image?
That's a Huala Lumpong railway station in Bangkok, Thailand. built in 1910. Sadly, this week and over the last week, it's being announced it's going to be converted into a shopping mall after over 100 years of service for a news station that's going to be an absolute disaster because they have to relocate sidings now. But it's a very amazing train station. I'm going to actually, since you're interested, I'm going to change my background to give it you'll see it from the outside.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 34 East has arrived in Fresno.
Dispatch copy.
And what's really interesting, about 10 years ago, they put a subway station under there. Now they got to dig a hole. They got to dig a new hole for the news station. But that's over there. I think they're usually done for political reasons. That's kind of sad. But it's the end of an era. An amazing, amazing place. A lot of life. A lot of trains.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 6.
This is Colton dispatch.
Colton, extra 34 East has arrived at engine ready.
Thank you. I'll start working on it in about 5 minutes. I'm pulling some cars for it.
That's fine.
So everybody, especially the kids out there, should notice this is an N gauge. This is one of the smallest scales, as small as a Z scale. But this is a very common model railroading, especially gauge, especially if we don't have a lot of room. We're building a small one in my house, an Amtrak. And
Dispatch, train number 6. There's a 6.
Oh, 20, sorry.
20 has arrived at Indian Wells.
Dispatch copy.
most of the other trains we're seeing are HO, and of course, the Oakhurst, the outdoor scenes, that's G scale.
Whoops.
So known as a garden railways. And I have operated on this layout many times. I really miss it, but it is truly something amazing to see. Marty's layout in beautiful city of Rossmore here in Orange County.
PHL to dispatch.
PHL dispatch.
Dispatch, do you have any idea on the timing of the reefer train when it gets to PHL?
You have one that can depart when it's ready. No, I don't have an idea of what time they reefer, because it has to go through Western Current.
I think the one that departs will be the turnaround after the one arrives, if there's
Okay.
time.
That's good.
Isn't there one already on its way?
Hey.
Left Coal Town?
Everyone.
Yes, it's left Coal Town. It's on AEWRR. It'll be going to the Western Terminal next. I was just trying to get an idea,
Okay.
timing wise, when I would expect it.
Yeah.
AEWRR to everyone. The extra 36 East is starting a 8-minute icing exercise at this moment.
Boy, that's a fast flowing machine.
And it's 30 seconds at the end and we have 8 cars.
It looks like that sign at the top of our timetable is getting more invasive.
We're looking at a yard here of the, nothing happening yet, but this is the Gardena Railroad. That's the yard, and you see,
Bruce, Bruce,
yes,
that's not his yard. That's his main. And there's never anything happening on that railroad. It's killing us.
no revenue, huh? Well, since that's the Jimmy Hoffa cement plant, there may be reasons for that. May have to have a sit down with some people.
I think
A friend,
the PHL is going to have to send some crew over there and show them how to really operate it.
send over the boys. Well, my friend here, Christopher Simmons, he's very well versed in that and has plenty of connections. He could help out with that.
Harsh, Mike, harsh. We'll be running soon.
Just messing.
Yeah, this is Eric Bloomer. He's the one responsible for all of this, those layouts with Jimmy Hoffa's layout the Jimmy Hoffa cement plant, and he's the one that you want to have to sit down with.
Jimmy Hoffa Cement actually lost its sign for a bit because I'm going to be redoing that building. It was kind of falling apart and needed a paint job, so I pulled the sign off. I'm going to reprint it. I think it'll keep its namesake.
Well, somebody must have made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
I think that's right.
But I hear the what is it? The Soprano Recycling Company. They're looking for a new location. They're looking to relocate. They'll bring in plenty of business.
That? Thank you. Train, always call out your train number for me, Lionel, okay? Train number 7, right? Yeah. Okay. AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
Train, passenger train number 7 has arrived at Wickenburg.
Dispatch copy.
Here's a shot of the Western and Terminal Narrow Gauge Railroad. Nothing, of course, is happening yet, but this is a amazing layout. And we will come back to that. This is our hurry up and wait, but they're on union time, so they're getting paid. Well, you've all heard of the railway police, but who actually solves the crimes? It's called Scotland Yard. I'm sorry, Scotland Train Yard. Oops, I gave the wrong punchline. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you screwed that one up.
I just ruined that joke, yeah. So I can't get away scot-free from that.
Ron, real quick, I cleaned this morning up to the light, so I figured what the next one. Yeah, so. Huh? Same thing, yeah. Here, you know what your next training is? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Lionel, I'll put the bridge down for you. Which track do you want? One or two? You're on two. Yeah, you're all lined up. It's beautiful. Uh-huh.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch,
Train number 7 has departed Wickenburg.
dispatch copy.
Oh, the new maps that they came out with, I saw.
Here we are in the Pacific Harbor line, and we have some, looks like a train right here on the right side, on your right. Coming into the harbor.
That is departing Long Beach Pier B. And it's going to be passing all the way to the Pacific Harbor Line main yard.
Yeah, those of you are looking, if you look at my pointer, I don't know if you can see my pointer, but this would be to the right of this layout. This is the other end. It's a very interestingly configured layout. It's amazing how a lot of us fit this in the little space we have, how much we can fit.
Dispatch, this is W&T.
Western Term dispatch,
Can you give me the status of extra 36 East?
well, it should be through icing.
Okay. Oh, he's in his 8-minute window. That's right.
Here's the turntable at Oakhurst. It's locomotive doing switching with a small caboose, a logging caboose. Those were known as bobber cabooses, and you can see one of them with it's being really well restored at the Orange Empire Railway Museum. You can actually go inside of it, and I don't know if it's open now, but you can see how small it was, but it was very cozy. I myself could see sleeping in one of those. But not recommended for the claustrophobic. Well, this was not here a few minutes ago. It looks like somebody went over and had a conversation with the people that run this plant. Wow, that does not have a good sound to it. I think we know what happened to the former owner. I think they're going to pave the way for a new owner. Well, there's Ron. We can see you, Ron. You can see there's another BNSF locomotive here. Here's the Oakhurst. This is the locomotive shed, and that turntable would be on our left. Notice one of the many fine details of this is the train crossing. Those are individual pieces of wood that have been stained and dyed.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch,
Extra 36 East, reefer train is iced and ready to depart.
Okay, it's at Indian Wells.
At Indian Wells, that's correct. It's ready to depart. It's on my departure track to Western Term RR.
Okay.
Okay, route.
Dispatch Western Term. Western Term dispatch.
Western and Terminal.
Western Terminal.
Western Term. The reefer train is at Cienega.
Say again?
The reefer train has arrived at Cienega.
Thank you.
AEWR dispatch. AEWRR dispatch.
This is a shot of the AEWRR. Normally have a couple different shots. This is a big layout in a warehouse.
AEWRR dispatch.
You'll notice everyone's taking a very good safety precautions. Okay, here's switching out the Colton.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Extra 34 East freight has arrived at A to D track and I've completed.
Where you going?
Dispatch copy.
Thank you.
AEWRR dispatch. AEWRR dispatch.
You're seeing the train yard at the engine ready at Colton. That is one of the most amazing tools I've ever seen, Ira. That screwdriver with the light.
You know, those engineers, they just can't resist
Yeah.
modifying and trying to improve everything.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
What is the status of train number 7?
I can't contact AEWR. They're not answering. Last report was leaving Wittenberg.
AEW, Ron, can you hear us?
Yes. What do you need?
What's the status of train number 7?
Train number 7. Lionel is the we're in Mesa Grande. Sorry.
Okay, you're running over 20 minutes late there.
Yeah, well, that's my fault. That's my fault. Bad me.
Colton, dispatch.
This is Colton.
Colton, train number 7 has arrived at AD track.
I am, I just have to clear the track ahead of it. Thank you.
That's right. AEWR dispatch.
Go ahead, dispatch.
AEWR train number 34 East is at Mesa Grande.
Thank you. God damn it.
AEWR dispatch.
Go ahead, dispatch.
Do you have train number 41 West, which would depart Indian Wells, ready?
It'll depart in about 3 minutes.
Dispatch copy.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 7 ready to depart A to D track for Aventura.
Dispatch copy.
Here's the Aventura station, not Adventura. Aventura station on the Colton. This looks like our Western Pacific.
This is dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 7 arrives at
7.
Aventura station.
Dispatch copy.
And this is the type of train that you would see in the maybe the late 40s, 50s, maybe very early 60s. I don't think so. 40s, 50s. The Pullman carriages.
Of course, the carriages are New Haven, but that's the way it goes.
If you need to liquidate, you got to liquidate. Somebody's got to buy them. New Haven was, of course, a very famous railroad from the Northeast, commuter. I am willing to bet our friend Chris Simmons has been on that in his earlier days.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 7 ready to depart Aventura for whistle stop.
Hey,
Dispatch,
welcome to my Hey, welcome to my friend Brian Aguilar. Brian, if you could stay muted, please, as you are. Thank you. Enjoy what we're doing here.
Dispatch, this is Colton. Do I have permission to depart?
You don't need permission to depart.
Ah, good. Thank you.
Notice the hole being dug.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AEWR dispatch.
Train number 34 East is departing Wickenburg.
Dispatch copy.
Thought I'd mention, as of yesterday, there's a very good World War II period movie that with Ralph Finn that just came out on Netflix called The Dig, about a Viking ship that was discovered at the beginning of the war. I highly recommend it.
Yes, we saw that last night. It's excellent.
Yeah, very moving.
Dispatcher, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 7 arrives at Whistle Stop.
In Wells.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, here is the here, you can show everybody if you want. This is Mike, is that San Pedro you're coming into right now?
Yes.
Want them?
Okay, this is the train that left Long Beach Harbor. Now it's coming into San Pedro.
Dispatch,
And you'll
train number 7. Train number 7 departing Whistle Stop for A to D for engine ready track.
Dispatch copies.
And many of you have noticed that we have all different eras of trains on this operation.
WT to dispatch.
Western term dispatch.
Extra 36 East has arrived. Elsie.
Dispatch copy. Is it icing there?
Dispatch. AEWRR to dispatch.
AEWR dispatch.
Jim, train number extra 38 East has departed Indian Wells.
Dispatch copy. Western term dispatch.
AEWRR to everyone. Is anybody else having trouble hearing Jim but me?
Oh, he's really low.
Yeah, Jim, your microphone, I think you need to get a little closer because you are very low.
I'm about 6 inches from it.
You can just turn up your volume, Ron.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 7 arrives at engine ready.
Dispatch copy.
Oh, I would like to correct myself. That movie, The Dig, it was not a Viking ship, it was a Saxon ship from the Sutton Hoo period. And
dispatch.
don't ask me who Sutton Hoo was. Something with Doctor Who.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Train number 7 is at Fresno.
Copy. Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train number 7 is departing Fresno.
Dispatch copy. Western Term dispatch.
Here's passenger train number 7 about to depart Fresno. Soon.
Western Term dispatch.
Here we go. And we do have a train going backwards today for National Backwards Day.
Western Term dispatch.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train number 7 has arrived in Oakhurst.
Dispatch copy.
Here's another view of the yard from Oakhurst. And once again, I want to point out the detail with the electrical, or I'm sorry, those are probably phone lines, telephone lines. Could be both. Hard to tell, but amazing detail.
Western Term dispatch.
Yeah, look at there, we got another train moving backwards.
I don't think we can fix this right now, but what happens? Okay, now it's, how do I?
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train number 7 is departing Oakhurst.
Dispatch copy.
Here's train number 7, passenger train. With what looks like the Jackson cars, the passenger cars.
Western Term dispatch.
AEWRR2 dispatch.
AEWR dispatch.
Train number extra 41 west is arrived at Hoghaven.
Dispatch copy.
Excuse me, Robert Station.
Well, that's a plane, not a train.
What is?
at Oakhurst. We got a Boeing, it's like an MD-11 maybe. But back to trains.
Western Term dispatch.
Western Terminal Dispatch.
Train number 38 East Extra is at Cienega.
No. You said train 36 East?
38.
36.
38.
38. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad to know that it's at Cienega.
Gentlemen, I shall return.
Hey, dispatch, I don't have a 3/8 on my schedule.
Do you have the version 28?
I show 3/8 stopping at the end of AEWRR.
That's where it starts.
Is that a start?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Only problem I have with that is I'm a single track railroad. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until 36 clears.
That's fine.
Okay. 36 is departing Elsie.
Lloyd, is that going to ice again?
No. Having just iced on the AEW, there really wasn't any need for it to ice this soon. So I'm considering this the second icing.
There's number 7. That is departing. Okay. It is actually number 7 going to Camp 3. We're going upwards on the chart here. We're going westbound. And on the left here, it goes eastbound.
Lloyd, I miss seeing the train on your layout.
Missed?
I miss it.
Ah,
I
Well-
liked it when you had a camera. I like watching your layout.
well, I'm on camera now. I'm just having a little trouble with, I've got a car in here that's too light.
Your image is black.
You were looking at your feet.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm having some small problem here.
We're in the Gardena, some switching. Say, does anyone know why the railway was always angry? People kept trying to cross it.
Bruce, do you know why the railroad police arrested Mary Jane?
Why?
She was caught high railing.
EWRR to dispatch.
Yeah, we get another comedian. That's good.
Dispatch.
I don't feel so lonely.
41 West, extra 41 West is arriving at Mesa Grande.
Dispatch copy.
AEWRR to the joke tellers. Ha 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 ha.
We'll take every laugh we can get.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Colton dispatch.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Extra 41 West has arrived at AD track.
Thank you.
Okay, here we have the number 7 coming out of the Helix Tunnel on its way to Camp 4. It's going through this Y turn. And why a Y? Well, Ys were used to turn trains around. But not so much why, but how. Well, they would come up this way, back up, go up this, go back here, then go back down. That is the how of the Y. Don't ask me when or where. Okay, you can see how it's doing it right now.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AEWR dispatch.
41 West has arrived at Mesa Grande, ready to hand off.
All right. I already had that report.
Oh, is that the Wawona Tunnel?
AEWRR to dispatch. Extra
AEWR dispatch.
arrived at Indian Wells. It's off the railroad.
What's at Indian Wells?
38 East, excuse me, correction. 34 East has arrived at Indian Wells.
Thank you.
Hey, Ron, did you ever check on that turnout?
I haven't had a chance. I will, in fact, I'll do it in about 10 minutes. I'll get the guys to remind me, okay?
Well, I'll remind you.
Okay, okay, we'll get it.
Okay, here's Camp 3, the number 7 westbound is coming into. It should be arriving shortly to bring who, I don't know if they're workers or maybe some bosses or investors. to see the camp in
WT to
operation.
dispatch. WT dispatch.
Western Term Dispatch.
As soon as I can find my piece of paper here. Anyway, I'm off. Where are we here? Okay, I arrived at Alta, transferring to the PHL.
Dispatch copy. That's with the 36 East Reefer.
That would be 38. No, 36. That's correct. And extra 34 will be starting up in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
PHL dispatch.
Dispatch, this is PHL.
Reefer train 36 East has arrived at San Pedro.
Okay, we'll be departing there in just a moment.
Okay, here's San Pedro.
Bruce, you're gonna catch that on the other camera.
Okay, going there right now.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train number 7 has arrived at Camp 3.
Dispatch copy.
There you go. All right.
This is 43, right? Westbound?
This is 34 East departing San Pedro.
Okay, okay. 34 East departing San Pedro. And that, of course, is a BNSF train. And those are the reefer cars, refrigerated cars. You can see the refrigeration units at the end. Union Pacific liveries. I actually have one of those that I think it's Aethern that makes the refrigerator noise.
Yeah, one of these is that, and I can never remember how to turn it on.
And Bruce?
So you'll catch it on the other cameras that you were on before.
Okay. Yes, Lloyd.
The guy's name was Irving Athern.
Oh, that started Aethern trains?
Yeah. Nice Yiddish boy.
Yeah, seems to be a lot of them involved with the model train business. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Dispatch Oakhurst.
Train number 7 is departing Camp 3.
Dispatch copy.
well, I just read that Aethern had his big facility in Hawthorne.
Originally, yeah. And then they moved to Carson and Dominguez, and then they got bought by whatchamacallit, Horizon.
Oh yeah, I had to get some parts for our Metrolink, and I remember the address was they're in Long Beach now?
I don't know where Horizon is.
Interesting. Okay, here's the reefer coming into Long Beach. That's a really, really nice view right there. You can see the whole reefer train coming into the warehouse district. That's a lot of reefers there. In fact, with all the reefers there, I'm sure there's a Cheech and Chong joke somewhere.
Is that age appropriate?
Back to the Mary Jane joke earlier. Yep, so we're pulling into the Watson Yard on the other end of the harbor. So
You can see two different views of this train. Actually, this one was, yeah.
PHL to
This one is
dispatch.
delayed.
PHL dispatch.
Train 34 East has arrived in Long Beach and is terminating. We'll be
Dispatch
changing
copy.
crews and power, and in probably about 5 minutes, we'll be able to have 43 West depart.
Dispatch copy.
Dispatch, this is WT.
Western Term dispatch.
Be advised, extra 38 East is rolling out of Cienega.
Dispatch copy.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
What is the status of extra 41 West?
It's at the AD track on the Colton. I haven't had any reports yet. There was a bit of a delay, I believe. Colton dispatch.
Dispatcher, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
The train in question has just arrived at the engine ready track and is completed.
Dispatch copy. Oakhurst dispatch.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Dispatch Colton.
Whoop, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Well, I don't know how to turn the
No,
volume.
no, that's my fault. I had lowered the volume. Okay, try it again.
I got your report that 41 West was at Fresno. Or engine ready.
Hopper, those are hoppers on the western and terminus you're seeing. And a large cutter. There we go. That looks good.
Okay, dispatch.
This is Colton. Dispatch.
I'm calling Oakhurst.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
This is Oakhurst.
41 West is at Fresno.
Copy.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
What's the status of 43 West?
It hasn't departed yet from the PHL.
Thank you.
Here's some work going on at the Gardena #2 at the concrete plant. They're moving around trains or moving around rolling stock. Very important part of railroading. You got to have the right trains to drop off at the right place. Especially if they're coming from this plant.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train number 7 is arriving in Camp 4.
Dispatch copy.
Here is Camp 4, and we are back outside in the backyard to see the G scale, the garden scale layout. It's like a GE gas electric locomotive.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 41 West is departing Fresno.
Dispatch copy.
PHL with dispatch.
PHL dispatch.
This is train 43 West, extra reefer, ready to depart Long Beach for San Pedro.
Dispatch copy.
Be advised, you're going to go straight to the AEW. I've got a dead block here.
All right, we'll take the AEWR. We'll take the terminal bypass.
Here is the reefer coming out of Long Beach. From the Pacific Harbor line, it looks like it's going westbound, terminating at Aventura on the Colton layout. Here it is. You'll notice this locomotive is steam.
It's a heritage run, but we decided to make it revenue producing.
Well, that's very nice for something that's an esteemed locomotive.
Very esteemed. I want to welcome one of my students, Alex. Thank you for joining us, Alex. And if you could stay muted, please, and enjoy what we're doing. We're having a good time here, and please enjoy this. Okay, back to the Pacific Harbor line with the Long Beach reefer train pulling out, going through Wilmington on to San Pedro.
Bruce, what's nice is one of the cameras on the screen is delayed like 15, 20 seconds. So
Yeah, yeah, I
it
noticed
creates,
that.
it's like a time warp when you go between the two.
Yeah, it looks really good. When we saw it going, when we saw the BNSF going into Long Beach, it had a really neat effect to it. Especially with, yeah, seeing it in the bottom left camera. Here comes that heritage unit. I'm sure the boys at the Dock Workers Union will be happy to get those extra revenues.
And then the head of the train is going to come in on the other camera in about 10 seconds.
Is that 10 counting with alligators?
You know, with the delay, it's a little weird.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 41 West has arrived in Oakhurst.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, here we are back at Camp 4 on the G scale. That's the gas electric. It's doing a runaround. It looks like it's going to be pulling the train out or pushing it. Maybe pushing it to Camp 4. And notice that light just went on. That's part of the models we use. It adds to the realism. A good simulation of the, well, it looks like it's pulling it up. Let's see, what direction is it going?
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train number 8 is departing Camp 4.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, it looks like it's going up the hill to the logging camp. That's train number 8. Eastbound, going to Camp 3 within its terminus will be Indian Wells on the AEWR, but has many stops to get there.
PHL to dispatch.
PHL dispatch.
This is Reefer Extra 43 West. We have arrived at San Pedro.
All right, copy.
Which I guess means we've actually arrived at Cienega.
Right.
So here we have a miniature.
Except you're skipping me.
Well, we would have come into Alta, so we skipped from Alta all the way to Cienega.
Oh, to Cienega. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We're going the other way.
Makes too much sense.
I know.
Do that. Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't make sense, you need some more dollars.
AWR dispatch.
Repeat.
AWR train number 43 West. Reefer train has arrived at Indian Wells.
Thank you. Remember, there's an 8-minute ice for that train. Lionel, your train 43 West has arrived at Indian Wells. You need to ice it, and then you're going to Mesa Grande.
kidding.
So back to the Gardena yard here, the Hoffa concrete plant. Things are pretty quiet.
Gardena was on break. I just had someone come pick up a cart that I sold on OfferUp, so I just made 150 bucks.
What a deal.
Well, you've got, it's those connections.
It was actually kind of a pain. I think I had 5 different people offer me 150 bucks for it, and my asking price was 175. And every one of those people ended up flaking out and not answering me back after they said they'd take it, and trying to set up a pickup time. So finally, someone came through.
Well, Ron, we can hear your trains loud and clear.
Thank you. Sorry about the pictures.
Let's see what's happening here on the Oakhurst. Still pretty quiet. They're waiting. There's you can see some logs being loaded with the steam crane there. I don't know, maybe a diesel crane, but it's a logging camp. This is on the Oakhurst, a simulation of railroad in Yosemite in the 1920s, but located here in Orange County in a backyard. Very beautiful layout. Okay, back to the Western and Terminus. Terminal.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 41 West is departing Oakhurst.
Dispatch copy.
Yeah, in the early days of the Western and Terminal Railroad, it was simply a terminal railroad for the wharf, and went just far enough inland to get to some of the agricultural fields. And then they discovered gold, and so we ran up into the mountains, and then we became the Western and Terminal.
What is the geographical location?
Central California coast.
Oh, very popular. So everybody, especially those of you that are new to us, look how Lloyd has used, it's called perspective. He's got basically building fronts up against the wall. He's using little space, but putting a lot in there. So it looks really good. It looks busy. It looks crowded. It looks full of life. You'll notice at the edge here, if there's a guardrail, stone guardrails, if it's a highway. But that right there is the wall, and that's not a full building.
Which one are we talking about?
This one, the one in back there, the factory or the warehouse.
Well, there's a warehouse, which is that one here. That's the Good and Spoiled Distributing. And over here is the customs bonded warehouse, which is actually belongs to the railroad. And over here is our narrow gauge icing facility. And then you get over here to the terminal, and down there's the wharf. Someday I'll paint that ship.
That is amazing. Oh, the wharf building is.
That's a standard Walters Wharf terminal building. They put out a whole series. It included this building and a car float and the pier and the moving crane and
And I see the Santa, is that Santa Fe logo on there? Oh, yeah, that's,
oh yeah,
oh, that is amazing. I better not let Samuel see this, my 6-year-old, because he is obsessed with harbors and railroads.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
The Santa Fe trucks, this is amazing.
Oakhurst Dispatch.
Look at all the trucks. Oh, that is so amazing. Oh, we lost the picture.
oh, sorry about that.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
All right.
Oakhurst Dispatch.
Train number
This is
8 has
amazing.
arrived at Camp 3.
Copy.
But I've got too much junk on the layout from when I redid all the track. And I haven't finished everything, unfortunately. So now we have a combination of crap everywhere and mess and an occasional issue. Like I just discovered, I have a block that's wired backwards, which
Are
only
you
short.
are you scratch building that ship?
No, that's it's a kit. They're all a series of pieces of resin. But so far I got the shell glue together, and I'm still working on cleaning up all of the pieces off the sprues. And as soon as I'm done with that, I think I've got everything positioned and I'm happy with it on the decks. Then I'll go ahead and start painting. It's one of those projects that'll probably never happen until I'm dead.
Well, some of us, including myself, we just can't be satisfied with only trains. We got to bring the boats in.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, it's a coastal railroad, so it's got to have, a harbor. See, I mean,
Yeah, look at the, oh my goodness,
well,
really,
here
really nice.
Well, okay, here's one pier. Okay, and there's Marv's Boatyard over there. And then we come over here, and here's a little fishing pier. And we come down a little farther, and we get to Sam Cahoon's fish warehouse and factory. And eventually there will be another wharf building right next to it, but that's still in the box.
You can call that Wharf's Wharf?
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And then, of course, there's the unit that goes across the doorway.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst Dispatch.
That's amazing. Oh,
Train
wow,
number 8 is departing Camp 3.
Copy.
Oh, and it raises up to the second level.
No, it goes all the way up to the door frame, so I can walk under it.
Oh, okay.
But there's 2 levels. This is the upper level.
Yeah, yeah, look at that.
And there's the view up towards the mine, which of course is all the way up at this end.
Those of you that are new to this, he has a telephone pole insulators up there.
You betcha.
Oh, display. Yeah, I've got a small collection in my classroom, sitting on the shelves.
Anyway, I'm going to sign off and get back to work here, see if I can fix what's going on.
Thank you. I think everybody appreciates this, Lloyd. Amazing work. Okay, back to the PHL here, the Pacific Harbor Line. Oh, what do we got there? Oh, the hills have eyes. Okay, back to the Oakhurst. We have it's like a train. It's doing a Y turn. How? By going backwards. Where at Oakhurst? When? Right now. And who? It's the Wawona, a famous tunnel in the area, the Wawona Tunnel. Beautiful weather today, but somebody in our house just turned the heat on. So some of you may notice a house or some sort of building being constructed here, and number 7 is going back down the hill. Looks like it's going to Oakhurst with the Jackson cars, the passenger cars. Those are very similar to the type of passenger cars you would ride in at Knott's Berry Farm. Which my kids and I missed very, very much. I think our last trip was almost 1 year ago.
Narrator, train number 8 has just derailed running through a switch that I forgot to throw. So if you go to the Oakhurst Roaming, you can see the derailment as I have to untangle it.
Yeah.
And back it out of the tunnel that I can barely reach. So anyway, that's.
So we have a derailment. What's really, really amazing about this is, for once, I'm not the one that derailed it. Because most derailments tend to be caused by myself, not my kids, mind you. So the hand of God reaches down. That's one of the worst places to have a derailment. There we go. But this is something that happens with our hobbies, with miniatures. It's okay. It's going down. It's going in a tunnel. It's going to be hidden for a while in something called a helix, which is a series of tracks that are built in circles that very slowly take it down to the bottom level. And as with real life railroads, you just can't go straight down. You've got to go down at a slow grade. Math, those of you that are in my math class. Because of course, if you go down too quick, there's too much acceleration and they're going to crash.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AEWR dispatch.
Passenger train number 21 is departing Indian Wells.
Dispatch copy.
And it's going to come out of here in a few minutes. It has to wind down, as if in real life it would wind down through mountains and tunnels. And we have another train here waiting to go up the hill. And remember, if this is why the trains have to wait. If this train was to go in here, at some point they would have a collision, and things would not go very well. It wouldn't end well.
Yeah, the next event on Oakhurst will be the meet between Extra 41 West, which is holding at Sugar Pine, and passenger number 8, which is coming down the helix.
And a train meet is basically when the trains meet. when they go by each other. If you've ever ridden on a train, if you've ever ridden down to San Diego or up to LA on the Metrolink or Amtrak, you'll see quite a few train meets. And if they don't wait and they have a collision, then you get minced meat.
AEWR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
Is extra 43 east, is it arrived at Indian Wells?
Well, yeah, you're icing it.
Thank you. AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
43 east is departing Indian Wells.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, narrator, the meet is occurring.
Okay, here we go. This is a train meet. This is coming out of the tunnel, the helix, and it's number 7 and westbound, and then we have number 41 eastbound going up the hill. And it's on the switch there on the siding. And you're going to wait to see this. It has to fully clear. And something I often do, sadly, as a model railroader is sometimes I forget to throw the switch, and then you get a derailment. Well, this train looks like it's going up to the logging camp. It is yeah, it's going up to Camp 4 with a lot of supplies. Of course, here's another view of number 7. It's about to cross the bridge of the beautiful Merced River up in Central California. You'll notice the mine here. Okay, what a beautiful shot. That's behind the sawmill. That thing there is called a sawdust burner. And when the logging trains would come here, they would dump their logs here. And you can see you can see the lumber piled on the side of the empty log cars here. But our train's going into Fresno, I believe, or to Oakhurst. And notice, once again, notice the real wires here. Remember a couple years ago, I think I bumped one of them. You be really, really careful when you're around this. A lot of really fine scale precision work on all of these layouts.
Hey, Bruce, how many students did you have today? How many guests?
5 so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, we'll be talking a lot about it tomorrow, I think.
Very good job, Bruce.
I have a message from one of the parents. He's a technical person. He's asking if any of you have looked into PTZ cameras.
Yes, I have 6 of them.
Oh, okay.
And up until today, and I'm sure it's operator error, we had one working. The other 5 were configured and had worked on another layout, but when they were brought over here, we couldn't get them hooked up. Why is he asking? Does he know how to hook them up through OBS?
He's listening right now. He'll send me a message or he may come on. He's a tech guy.
Well, I need a tech guy real bad.
Permission to speak freely then?
Please, Mr. Gerber, please, yeah, please introduce yourself.
Well, okay. Well, so I'm Stephen Gerbert. I actually work at one of the world's premier tunneling engineering firms.
Oh,
We build tunnels for trains.
I didn't know this.
And also doing signaling and real size, full size track control for LRTs, heavy rail, freight, you name it. Just a question on the PTZ camera, because it really adds some realism to what you're doing. And I can see how all this is, it's mind blowing for kids to watch this, to be honest. And, I was playing with trains for fun when I was a kid too. And we kind of keep some trains here that the kids are taking an interest now. And PTZ cameras weren't really affordable back when I was a kid, but they sure are now. So I was just making the comment that it looks like some guys are manually adjusting, maybe because they don't want to, but they're trying. And I'm not familiar with the track control systems the models use, but I know that from a computer basis, PTZ is very much computer controllable. So maybe something like that exists in the model railroading world.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch,
Train number 8 has arrived in Oakhurst.
copy.
Yeah, thanks, Stefan. That is really amazing. I know you guys, we've got a connection right here.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
Train number 21 West is at Hog Haven.
Dispatch copy.
Is this Alex that was just talking?
Yes, yeah, Alex is his son, my student.
Okay, if Alex could call me on the telephone, because I couldn't hear everything he said, but I'm very excited to talk to him.
Ron, why don't you send him a personal chat?
A personal chat.
Yeah, that's Alex Gerber. That's his son, my student. Stefan is the father who spoke.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. You guys should connect. That's great.
Well, I think we'd love to hear more about the tunneling work also.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Mr. Gerber, that's got me, yeah, I didn't know. I mean, that's really impressive, amazing. I'm a tunnel historian. I've, wherever I travel, I find them. And I've been to many where I probably shouldn't have been either. In fact, I was privileged a few years ago with a Department of Defense team to go in at White's Head, the Nike tunnels in on PCH outside of San Pedro. I got to go on a rare visit of White's Point, the Nike bases. That was amazing. Wow, what a great connection. I'm going to be talking to you more, Mr. Gerber.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train 8 is leaving Oakhurst.
Dispatch copy.
Okay, back to Oakhurst. Oh, here we go. Train number 8 with, it's like the Pullman coaches. That would, of course, take it out of the 1920s, probably 1930s. See, did you hear why train engineers can't be electrocuted? Okay, because they're not conductors.
EWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
Train number 21 has departed Hog Haven.
Dispatch copy.
Bruce? Ha 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 ha.
Electrifying, huh?
Sure is.
Yeah, by the way, yeah, speaking of conductors, I actually know a conductor with BNSF, and I'm trying to contact him to possibly do a speech, a meeting for us to talk about his experiences. Yeah, why don't you get it out, Ricky? Okay, here's a view of it's a view of the Wyatt fish camp.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Train 8 has arrived in Fresno.
Dispatch copy.
Sam just gave this to me to show everybody how he wants everybody to see his.
Colton dispatch.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Yes, 44.
Colton, train 8 is at engine ready.
Where are you now?
You.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Colton dispatch.
Train number 8 departed, engine ready for whistle stop.
Copy.
Train number 8 up in the corner there.
Dispatch, this is Colton. Train number 8 arrived at whistle stop.
Dispatch copy.
Okay.
Ira, what is the white funnel looking upside down funnel thing on the layout?
21, Mike.
Well, I don't know. It was a thread holder for my wife's sewing machine. And she started throwing out, and I said, well, I don't know, but maybe I could use it for something. So it's in the undecorated part of the layout. I don't know what it is.
You turn it over, it looks like the base of a water tower.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's too large for that, I think, on this scale. So it's just a piece that I've saved. Okay, Colton, train number 8 departing whistle stop for Aventura.
Copy.
AEWR to dispatch, train number 21 has arrived at Roberts Station.
Dispatch copy.
Well, a little off scale, but it looks also similar to some of the later war German flak towers. Oh, maybe if it was on a Z scale layout. Why that looks like a water tower.
You cut the funnel off, and it's a grain silo.
Yeah, but you know what? You see a lot of those. I think I told you that I've got a lot of pictures. You see a lot of those types of water towers in the various towns in Thailand. You guys see them near the railroad stations
Roberts Station.
that have that the tall funnel shape.
Yeah, I think what his concern is it's out of scale for N scale.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're a lot taller, of course.
AEWR to dispatch, train number 21 departing Roberts Station.
Dispatch copy.
Dispatch, this is Colton, train number 8 arrive at Aventura Station.
Dispatch copy.
Here's some mining activity on the Oakhurst. I think we've got those hoppers, the ORR, the Oakhurst Railroad.
Hey, Bruce, if you move the screens around, the thumbnails on gallery view on your computer, does it change it for everybody or just for yourself?
I'm not even sure how to. I can't even move them on my screen.
We're at Mesa Grande, train number 8. Yes. 1211. Is it? It's, I got it done. Awesome.
Dispatch, this is Colton, train number 8 departing Aventura for the A to D track.
Dispatch copy.
Oh, that took almost 20 minutes to go from the green plant to here.
Okay, here's our departure from Aventura.
These are U.S. Army, right? The museum train is owned and operated in conjunction with the Historic Society. So I would start using U.S. Army access. And now I just found a 40-foot U.S. Army box, which I'm going to make part of it and put it next to me. Because that's the Army's supply chain. You got Army local? You got a Army? No, yes, I do. I've done it for. So see, that's another military train that he was running.
Dispatch, this is Colton,
Colton, dispatch.
train number 8 arrive at AD track. And it's
Dispatch copy. AEWR, dispatch.
5 or 6 seconds. Well, all I need, I look at this, so I walk it back to it. It was, back then, you're strapped into it. If you wanted to jump to see the shooting exit, you couldn't.
AEWRR, dispatch.
oh, that's a great picture.
So that's a big train we have, bringing the supplies to the logging camp. It's coming out of that cut. So we got a box car. There's a steam donkey. Going to be taken off to move the logs around. It's got a winch on it and a tanker. And it looks like the steam donkey just got yanked up the tree.
AEWRR dispatch. AEWRR dispatch. Ron's muted.
AEWR,
Dispatch.
yeah,
AEWRR dispatch.
go ahead, dispatch.
Train number 8 is at Mesa Grande.
Thank you. You're ready to go.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 43 West has arrived at Camp 3. Excuse me, extra 41 West has arrived at Camp 3.
Copy.
You're there? Okay. AEWRR to dispatch.
Dispatch.
Train number 34, no. What hold on, what is it? Oh, 41. AEWRR to dispatch, train number 41 is at Mesa Grande.
Do you mean 43?
43, yes. No, 41.
No, 41's at Camp 3.
Or you're right, 43, I misread. And passenger train number 21 is at Wickenburg. And 36 East is at Mesa Grande. I like
36 East has completed its run.
Should pick that up, Ricky.
Thank you.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 41 West has departed Camp 3.
Dispatch copy. Colton dispatch.
This is Colton.
Train number 43 West, reefer train is at AD track.
Got it. Thank you.
We just have one train on the railroad.
Dispatch. Calling AEWRR. AEWRR dispatch.
It looks like we have the extra 42 West coming to Camp 4 at Oakhurst. So we're looking at.
Parked it in the siding. Mike? I parked it in the siding.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
So I think an observation for the next op session is, you know, like on some of these, it seems like nobody knows what train they're running.
No,
You
I'm
know,
not looking at the timetable.
Like dispatch,
yeah, or they're taking the train.
time out dispatch. This is Colton.
No, go ahead, Colton.
Whatever you want
Train,
to
train number 43 West,
do.
ask permission to depart the A to D track for Aventura.
Yes.
You want some time? It hurts you. I can see you're in pain.
Yeah, it gets confusing.
Yeah, and you know, if we were in the club, we
Yeah.
would have a slip of paper that tells us what train we are, right?
Right.
And so I think for people's layouts, it's probably not a bad idea for them to have a little bit of paperwork in their hand, so they know what their train is they're running. And
Yeah, but a copy of the timetable does that.
Yeah.
I just print
Timetable
it out.
should be fine.
yeah, but you know what? Like some people are calling 38 versus 36, 41, and then
That's
you know.
because we're old and we can't read small print.
Well, right. So the timetable may not be the right answer because
No,
when you're operating at the club, you don't have the timetable for everybody. You would just have your train order.
you can change the font before you print it out, or you can handwrite it so you can read it during the run. There are a lot of other solutions.
Okay,
You
well,
actually need a timetable
whatever.
Because inferior traffic has to follow the way of superior traffic. So in most cases, unless you're doing something like that.
Dispatch, this is Colton.
Go ahead, Colton.
Train number 2001 arrives at Aventura and is finished. Train number 43 West Extra.
There's the point.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
But then guess what else I'm gonna do?
The print is too small on the screen, but I just have a hand copy of, you know.
Can't you enlarge it?
The main thing is
Yeah, it's pretty big here.
AEWRR dispatch.
we really haven't changed the fix now.
And the other thing is, I have trouble getting people to respond.
I do is go get the screen next.
Yeah, we're gonna get Ron a Bluetooth speaker for his laptop so that he can hear everything.
Yeah. AEWRR dispatch.
We need to build them an Alpine horn.
I got it.
What's it?
Ron, he's calling you. Dispatch is calling you 10 times.
AEWRR to dispatch. Go ahead.
But we need
What is the
a
status
red
of
light.
train number 8?
Whenever you have dispatch, a red light turns on. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah, we may need a better communication system.
Yeah, we need to.
That's train number 8 is in Roberts Station.
And we need to get a figure of an old man sitting in a chair with mittens and a face mask. Put him in the layouts.
Okay, just a second.
So, is the run over?
Almost. We just have train number 8 left about 10 more minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that.
So whatever's your activity on your own railroad, that's it.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning up, but I'll stay on.
Yeah, good run, everybody. Hey, just a last one here. Do you know why the train engine kept humming?
You have what?
Do you know why the train engine kept humming? It forgot the words. Ricky, get your mask.
Dispatcher, this is Oakhurst.
Oakhurst dispatch.
Extra 41 West is arriving at Camp 4.
Copy.
Hey, Jim.
WRR, train number 8 has departed Roberts Station.
Copy.
Jim, what time is it on the fast clock?
It's 12:22. It's exactly the same as real time.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, the clock disappeared.
Mr. Myrtle, how are you doing today?
He's muted.
He is. Either that or he stepped away. We have George with us today and Ken. Cool. Hey, guys.
Okay.
We have Marty. We'll spotlight Marty since he's going to sit down for his photo op shot. He's on mute though, or we can't hear him.
No, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, my problem is the sun now is beating down on all my computer equipment, and the screens are all I can barely see the screens. So anyway, I was trying to find a little bit of shade.
Marty, I was watching some of your outdoor layout, and when you come out of your little engine shed behind you there, behind the garage, is that track on ballast or is it just on dirt? What's underneath the rail?
It's ballast that's mostly glued to the cement.
Oh, glued to, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What kind of glue do you use to glue to cement? For outdoors, what are you using for that?
Yeah, let me get it. I forget.
Tight bond 2 diluted with water works very well on ballast outdoors.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, the 2 would work.
It's important just to spray it with a pump sprayer along the end of the ties.
Oh, there it is.
What'd you say, George?
So is that tight bond?
Yeah.
Huh.
I normally get it in gallon jugs, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
I always use it. I use that for wood for when I need really strong, or moist kind of applications. So I never thought to use that outside for that. That's
There's
interesting.
also a tight bond 3 for wood.
Well, this is 3.
Yeah, that's the real waterproof one.
Yeah, it's waterproof. It works, although the ballast, moves around some. So outdoors, the ballast requires work every year a little bit. But this will glue it together. I find that it breaks apart a little bit over the years.
How bad was the rain at your place? Did you have a lot of cleanup, Marty?
I get a lot of debris from the trees and stuff. Otherwise, it was. I can see. I'm going to have to put in more, more ballast in a few places. The embankments are eroding a little bit, but held together okay. It wasn't. The rain wasn't that bad, apparently.
The run seemed to be very good.
My ballast has held up extremely well. What died are the ties. The Aristocraft tie strips did not hold up to UV light and just disintegrated.
Are they plastic or wood? What were they made out of?
Plastic. They're
Huh.
LGB plastic ties hold up just fine. Aristo, not so much.
Yeah, I have all LGB stuff for 3 years. 3 years, and I'm having no problem with the ties. But I've trouble with like the little wheel stops. They don't hold up to the UV as well as the ties. So whatever they've done to the ties and the plastic works really well.
So we just have a passenger train running, right? Number 8.
Yeah.
On Ron's layout.
It should be approaching Hog Haven.
I miss Ron's camera car. So I was playing around because on my screen I can reorder the windows, you know, the thumbnails on the gallery view, but I don't know if that reorders it for anybody else, if it's just my view or everybody's view. So like I put all mine together, then I have Eric, then I have Jim, then I have all of Marty's together, and then all of Ira's together, and then everybody else is after that. It was just easier because then I can see like all of the Oakhurst or Colton or whatever. Ron, if you're talking to us, you're on mute.
AEWRR to dispatch. Train number 8 is departing Hog Haven.
Copy.
Now I noticed, looks like we lost Bruce, huh? Okay. So I started laying track in my yard today. I built the modules maybe about a month ago. It's 3 modules, and it's a double-ended yard, so I have a ladder on both sides. And so my more traditional ladder, I built all the turnouts and started cutting and fitting them in, and now I'm getting ready to put down the actual yard tracks and drilling right now for track feeders. So that should be, so maybe I'll have some drops in. It'll probably take me about a week to get all my drops in, and then mount my servos for my turnouts. So maybe a week for that, and then it's usually about a week or 2 to get the wiring all connected up. Just depends. When the weather's bad, I have more time.
I was reviewing my switch list, and it's humbling to figure out that I actually misplaced 2 cars. took them into the wrong spots. So even though I only had a small number of cars to take care of, I messed up 2 of them.
Your percentage has gone down.
Yeah, it's not very good. So
Better practice more.
I dragged the tank car all the way to Camp 4 when it was supposed to be left in Oakhurst, and I forgot to pick up an ore car at the mine, so it's sitting there. Next time.
So I was backing a train before it was about to leave into the team track, and I noticed I had an inch shorter track than I had hoped for, and I had to do some 5-fingering to get the train out on time, like take the caboose off. Otherwise, it would be smashed. I guess I could increase the length of the team track a little bit. I think what I'll wind up doing is doubling up when you have 3 box cars, I'll only use 2 to count to 3, and switch in and switch out. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Not enough room.
AEWRR to dispatch.
AWR dispatch.
Train number 8 has arrived at Indian Wells,
Copy.
and that ends our run.
Very good. Thanks, everybody. I'll leave it on for a bit.